The first thing you want to do is to find an area in the ocean that's really far away from land. The best way I found you can do this is to go into your video settings, go to render distance and set this to 8 chunks. That should remove everything around you, so if you don't see any land, you are probably fine. For the material list, this is what you need. Most of the blocks are interchangeable, so you can use any building blocks, any type of wood, any type of slab stair. You do need the mud, however, and then a chest for the killing chamber. So let's start. I don't know if it matters, but it might, so build this at your own risk in a different direction, but I am currently facing west. So the first thing that you want to do is to actually reach the top of the water. You can use that with a lily pad or just pillar up from the bottom of the ocean. On top of the lily pad, you want to place a chest. On top of a chest, place a hopper. And then on top of the hopper, place one mud block. Diagonally from the mud block, you want to place a slab like this. This is where you're going to be sitting to attack the mobs. On top of the mud block, place a temporary block, add a stair to its left and the chest to its right. This is going to be the gap that you're going to be attacking the mobs through. To build your fake village, place 4 temporary blocks like this. Add your preferred villager working table, and then add a bed right next to it. Surround the villager area with blocks. I removed the corners from my design just so you use as less blocks as possible. On top of these blocks, you want to put glass to make sure nothing will spawn, and then we're gonna add a glass ceiling on top. We can get rid of the temporary blocks as well. We add 1 block over here to close this gap. This is going to be the chute where the mobs are going to be dropping on, and then you pillar up 25 blocks from this. Then to complete the chute, you basically need to fill up another 25 blocks on each 3 sides until you reach the same height as the first pillar. And you should have something looking like this. Still facing west, you want to place 4 blocks from your left pillar and then add 3 more going east. With that, you can fill in your platform and you should have a 4x6 platform with a hole in the top right corner. Going 1 block up, you want to build a 5x6 platform with the mud. On the corner closest to the hole, place 2 buttons like this. Aiming at the button, you can start placing your first fence and continue going around the platform, which will make sure that no mobs will actually fall off. We stop with the fence in this corner over here. We try to place temporary blocks here. We do 1 normal block and then 1 glass on top, and we continue with the blocks and the glass all the way closer to the hole. We put the glass on top of these, and I also found out that it's worth adding a few more fences over on this side. That will ensure that no Ravager will actually get spawned and be thrown over the fence. From here, we need to build a wall that's going to be 3 by 3. We place 1 trapdoor over here, which we will open. This will make sure that the mobs think that this is a full block and they're gonna walk straight in. We place a temporary block down and 1 more trapdoor that we open. This will make mobs think that they can just walk through, which will make them fall into the hole even faster. Then we block the area over here with 1 block so they can't escape. We add glass on top of the stone blocks to make sure that nothing will spawn over here, and 1 glass on top of the trapdoor and to the left of it. With all that done, you want to hold shift, place a sign over on the trapdoor, 1 side to the top left on the glass, and then 1 sign to the top right over on this stone block. That would basically contain the lava, which you can just place over here on this block, and that will just kill all the Ravagers that are going to be spawning from the raid. To make sure that the Ravagers don't swim up and jump out of the farm, place 1 glass block right on top of the lava. That will make sure that they get stuck here and they will just die. The last thing you want to do here is to grab a villager from a close by village and drop him in this cell over here. Once he gets dropped in there, he should grab the profession. If he doesn't, that means that you did something wrong, so he needs to have a profession for the raid to trigger, and the farm is now fully complete. So let's give it a test. What you want to do is sit on the slab that you place near the mud, drink an ominous bottle, hold your sword over here, and then just wait for the raid to spawn. You should see the raid bar at the top. That means that the raid was triggered and all the mobs are spawning and they're all dropping down the chute. Once the raid starts, make sure you swing your sword every 1 second or so, just because if you fail to do so and any Vexes spawn, you might risk dying. We have a wave with a Ravager here, as you can see. he gets stuck into the lava and the glass block that we placed on top, and he's just gonna slowly die. Sometimes you might get the Ravager just sitting there without going into lava, but you just have to wait a few seconds and they're eventually just going to walk into it. To access your loot, you just want to look into the chest below, and this is what I got from an ominous bottle level 5. A good few totems, some redstone, some emeralds. So for a really simple farm like this, I would say that's pretty good. Of course, if you think that one chest is not enough for you, you can just expand this with a row of hoppers and another row underneath, and then add the chests in this kind of pattern that's gonna make the items go all the way to the bottom. This is the exact design that I have in my survival world. As always, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate all your support. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and share your thoughts below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Until next time, happy crafting!